Well, good evening, LULAC. How are you this evening? Thank you, Tony. First of all, before I begin my remarks, I would like to acknowledge the presence of my family. My mother is here, Carmen, whose ancestors came from the Canary Islands, is here with us. She's 92 years old. And she attends all our conventions. She loves it, and we love her. My family, my brothers, my sisters, and of course, my other half, Margaret Moran, former national president. When I was elected in 2010, we made history because we are the first husband and wife team to be LULAC national presidents. My nieces, my nephews, the whole family, my children, the babies, everybody's here. A special thanks to our wonderful sponsors, Walmart, Ford Motor Company, AT&T, Southwest Airlines, Bright House Media Networks. A big thank you. And congratulations, congratulations, congratulations to our corporate sponsors and our members for another successful annual convention. I hope that everyone has enjoyed the Coronado Springs Resort here at Walt Disney World. It's been magnificent, and I know I've enjoyed it. It's a beautiful place. You know, this week we have been in the middle of history, and in keeping in line with the LULAC mission, we have been on the right side of history. As it was 83 years ago, our membership continues to be diverse ethnically, socioeconomically, and politically. We are Puerto Ricans, we are Mexican Americans, we are South and Central Americans, and even non-Latinos. We are business owners, labor advocates, educators, and public officials. We are Democrats, Republicans, and independents. We come from all walks of life out of a shared love for our people and a commitment to ensure our prosperity. In short, we are a passionate community of volunteers, staff, and partners, empowering Latinos at the local and national level. We provided a unique convention, and what made our convention different and special were the numerous resources that were free to the public. This week, aside from being inspired and entertained, we provided free healthcare screenings, a job fair, and a workforce training workshop, which are useful to our community. We also hosted town hall meetings where voting rights laws and Social Security benefits were discussed. Workshops on immigration, voting rights, health technology, and education informed our community on the issues that are so important to all of us. Since our founding, LULAC has made strides for the advancement of our community, and our work has only just begun. Yesterday, the Supreme Court of the United States upheld most of the provisions of the Affordable Care Act and declared the individual mandate constitutional. The Supreme Court also partly upheld a provision of the Act which expands the Medicaid program, allowing millions of underinsured and underserved Americans to have access to the healthcare system. This decision was a win for the American people, as tens of millions of uninsured Americans will now have health care coverage, including an estimated 6 million Latinos. Out of all the minorities, Latinos will have the greatest increase in health care coverage, and we are so pleased with that. We have been advocating, and we're there, so we are so pleased with that decision. LULAC also supported the decision and will continue to work to ensure all Americans benefit from universal health care coverage and to facilitate the flow of information of this new act so that Latinos know that they have this option available. On Monday, we were encouraged by the Supreme Court decision to strike down most of the provisions in Arizona's anti-immigrant law, SB 1070. This was a partial victory for the immigrant community, but LULAC remains committed to our legal challenge against the papers, please provision that was left standing by the court, which requires police to check the immigration status of anyone they detain if there is a reasonable cause to believe that the individual is undocumented. At present, LULAC has a pending case challenging that very provision. While our nation continues to have high unemployment rates, lack of immigration reform, educational inequalities, and disparities in health careers, we have the opportunity to make a difference and overcome these obstacles. At 55 million and climbing, the nation's Latino population has seen unprecedented growth. Our purchasing power, too, has seen increases, as it's estimated that the Latino purchasing power will reach $1.2 trillion by 2012. Latino business owners are also growing at more than twice the national average. The growth in population also increased Latino voter turnout, and we see more minorities participate in representative government. Even with all these gains, we have seen recent political rhetoric that dismisses the Hispanic vote because they are under the impression that we don't participate in the electoral process. This is a crucial year for the Latino community. The Hispanic electorate is growing at an incredible rate, and it's poised to be a significant player in this coming election. Not only are Latinos the fastest growing bloc voters, they are especially important in battleground states with large Hispanic populations, such as Florida. According to recent numbers, there are 9.7 million unregistered voting-age Latino citizens in this country and at least 4 million citizen-eligible Latino immigrants. We hope that we can look beyond divisive rhetoric this year and turn out to elect candidates who will advance the issues that matter most to our community. A recent NALEO study estimated that in excess of 12 million Latinos will vote in the 2012 presidential election, 26% more than in 2008. An increase of that magnitude would alter the electoral map for decades to come and make Latino voters one of the most sought-after demographics of candidates from both political parties. Machiavelli asked once if it was better to be loved than feared. The past decade has shown that regardless of status, Latinos have been the target of one of the harshest hate campaigns in the history of our country. Our advocacy efforts to pass comprehensive immigration reform, increase Latino educational and employment opportunities, prevent foreclosures, and increase healthcare coverage would be received far more receptively in a new Congress full of elected officials who were put there by the Latino vote. These past years have shown that elected officials should fear the ignored Latino voter. And we must leverage the power of our vote to hold candidates accountable and fight to ensure the priorities of Latinos are addressed by Congress and the President. Tomorrow, at the Free People's Concert and as part of LULAC's grassroots voting registration initiative, The Future is in Your Hands Vote, we will be registering people to vote for the 2012 elections. Our registration efforts have been ongoing throughout the LULAC convention. Also, working with other nonprofits, LULAC joined a combined group initiative, Latinos for Democracy, which is part of Movimiento Hispano that also includes curtailing voter suppression laws geared towards preventing people from exercising their right to vote. The effort also includes an education piece to inform voters about key Latino issues and facilitating Latino immigrants to become citizens. By turning out and voting this election year, the Latino electorate can have an even bigger impact on the future of this country. As a result, politicians can no longer ignore issues of concern for Latinos. And as the Latino community takes center stage, we must be mindful of our civic duty and responsibility to vote. In 1929, when LULAC was founded, our voting rights were challenged with poll taxes and intimidation taxes that diluted our voice. However, a few brave men refused to be denied their rights, and most importantly, refused to be told no. And as today's minorities face draconian voter registration laws and arduous photo ID requirements, we must be mindful that today's world is not so different than when our founding fathers first organized in a small barber shop in Texas 83 years ago. In fact, the United States of today remains a country that maintains true the notion that the American dream is within reach to those that work hard and play by the rules. In this national election, as the Latino community takes center stage, we will demonstrate our resolve to become the epitome of the American dream. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Enjoy the rest of the evening.